Hey friends, how's everybody doing today? It is so hot here in Missouri. Oh dear. It is just, I think our heat index today was 98. It was like 93 or 4 temperature wise, but we're right, where I live, I'm right near St. Louis where the Missouri and the Mississippi come together, and we just get, and then moisture from the Gulf, we just get barbecued with humidity. But I just wanted to pop in and just see how y'all were doing and let you know that you're in my thoughts. You know, each and every one of you. I mean, it's easy to think about y'all when I have under 25 subscribers, but you know, it's just been great. You know, I've really, life is just better because of this YouTube channel. I just cannot, you know, it's just better attitude, just wanting to get up and get after the day, and you know, so thank you all, thank you everyone, it means a lot. Anyway, so the last couple of days I've been drawing plans for my deck, which are in various states of I'm low tech. I use the drawing board. I think I've got 4 or 5 pages here. It gets a little more complex. But what we ran into, I talked to one of my carpenter buddies. We both used to work. He still works. He's retiring actually on Friday. So Rick, Radical Rick. I gave him. He picked up his axe yesterday too. So he was really happy with the axe. He finally came and got it. But anyway, we were talking on the phone because I had to leave it out for him, and he's like, well, what are you up to, this, that, and the other thing? And I'm like, oh, I'm drawing plans for a deck. And he said, an outside deck? And I was like, well, yeah, of course. He's like, well, good luck trying to find pressure treated lumber. And I was like, and then it just dawned on me, all these articles in the Wall Street Journal and, you know, all the news, you know, reading about lumber shortages. Well, they finally reached the middle of the country. Then yesterday went from drawing plans and worrying about trying to please the city to talking to him further and realizing that the lumber yard that we both use was out, sporadic deliveries for them, and that they were kind of robbing orders to, you know, to make things go around. And then we have 2 of the box stores. We have Home Depot. Well, we have 3. We have Menards, but it's too far. We have a Lowe's and a Home Depot. I went to Home Depot. Shelves were bare, no treated whatsoever, no cedar. And then the Lowe's that's close to my shop had what I needed. And so we bought them. We bought them out of 2x10s, which was about 78, and 12 2x12/16s, and a few other things. I think I'll put a little footage. I took some footage and posted it on Instagram. And if you're interested in Instagram and stuff that isn't enough for a video that I post, and stuff that I see is interesting, and it's just like a little snippet I posted on Instagram, you could go to Winston Freiberger, and I'm on Instagram, and just, you know, I'm starting to like Instagram a lot more. I actually like Instagram a lot more than I like Facebook. But anyway, so yeah, I took a little video of the empty lumber shelves, and the only times I've seen lumber fly off the shelves in 30 years is like Katrina and Andrew. but that was mainly plywood and 2x4s and whatnot. And then a little bit, once the supply caught up once they were started building back, and it took a little while for supply to catch up with the building down there and the reconstruction. But I mean, there's no treated lumber around. It's like, so, you know, around here anyway, if you're planning on building a deck, you know, if I would have waited another day or two, I'd have a bunch of plans and nothing to build. So we dodged that bullet. Our big lumber delivery is coming on Friday. And I took the 2x12s with me, so they're on site. And now it's just down to like joist hangers and all of that. But then we have another company that we're buying all of the deck material and the railings and stuff for. And I'm just afraid that the big builders are going to get scared and come in and start buying everything up. I mean, Logger Wade, that's how I put it together yesterday, was following Logger Wade. And Logger Wade for the last month has been preaching, you know, the only thing that they're making money on right now is pulpwood, not hardwood. They're backed up at the mills due to COVID, and they're just not making lumber. And so, boom, there it is. So, yeah, it was kind of like all of that stuff in my head that I was sitting at my table, and it was like, boom, and I was like, oh my gosh. And so I was like literally running. I went to 4 lumber yards yesterday. And then fortunately, these are like my best customers in the world. So, you know, she was home and I said, meet me at Lowe's with the checkbook. And so we went and bought them out. And then this morning I sorted it out. And then we ended up and changed the order and set the delivery and all that stuff. But we locked up all that pressure treated, and then hopefully by next Wednesday, we'll have the decking material and all of that locked up and paid for. And then hopefully, you know, we'll have to figure out, we won't have to take delivery on it right away. Probably they'll hold it for us for a month, but I still kind of want to get it to the job because of the whole robbing Peter to pay Paul kind of thing. But my point is, that's why plans are so doggone important, because I had to do a quick estimate last night, and all I saw was 2 bunks of lumber, and I was like, I'll take it. And it freaked the guy out. He was like, huh? And I was like, yeah, I'll take all 78. And so, yeah, I sat on those things. I literally sat on them until she came and we got them. And so then I was able to go to the job today just and take a couple of quick measurements, and then sit down with the prints that I made and make some calls and get some product specifications and get the lumber list fine-tuned. So anyway, that's all of that. That's been the big thing. You know, it's just been nuts. I've all day since 3 o'clock. I've just been going. So I took tomorrow and Friday off because I have a small little project for some people that I'm building them a little game that their daughter asked me to build for their anniversary. So I told the customers, I'm like, I'm incognito for a couple of days, so I get to do woodworking tomorrow, which I'm really happy about. Got some maple, some hard maple, good old Missouri hard maple, and some good old Missouri black walnut. You guys getting that? We have some wonderful hardwood resources here in Missouri. We really do. We're really fortunate. We have really all the species. We have white oak, red oak, black oak, bur oak, ash, which a lot of the mills won't cut because of the bug. what else? Hard maple, soft maple, sassafras, hickory. I think that my supplier sources out the cypress. I'm not sure where they get their cypress, but the list goes on. Poplar, birch, not a lot of birch. And birch is really expensive too. But yeah, I'm making this little game for them that she put it off till now, but she messaged me, gosh, a month and a half or so ago, but I've just been too busy. So I had to take a couple of days off to do that. So I'll be farting around in the shop tomorrow and pop in and get some content out tomorrow. Oh, I forgot the stuff. So that's kind of what's going down. It's a board game. Well, actually what it is, I think it's called Battleship. It's like Battleship, except it's with shot glasses. And I know, whatever. I mean, this is a favor to the family because these are other customers that have been very, very good to me. And she's like, well, I'll certainly pay you for it and this and that. But I was like, you know what? No, absolutely not. Your family this is another 10-year plus customer. I'm like, nope, your family's taken care of me for 10 years. So I got you. So anyway, let me see. So I've got a piece of 1/2-inch Baltic birch plywood, which is really lovely, lovely plywood. I don't know if you can get, I don't know if this is going to focus on that or not. But there's literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe 10 plies. It's made in Russia. And then there's a lot of pressure put on it. So there's no voids in this at all. It's a really strong, not exterior plywood, but it goes well with maple. You can take a piece, let me see if I have a piece of maple over here in the racks that are gonna be getting full. Yeah, here's a few strips of maple. I mean, they kind of have burn marks on them. Let me see. But you can take a strip of maple like this and edge it, and then it looks like a board. So that's going to be that scenario tomorrow. But anyway, getting back to the game, the Battleship. So yeah, I'm going to make the boards they open up, they're hinged, and then you have like the ocean, and then with your boats, and you have the pins that you keep track of the other person, and then so the book things are going to be maple and this birch, and then the boats for either team. One of the teams is going to be walnut because it'll stand out real well on maple. And that's a pretty piece of walnut. So I'm going to make the boats with the indentations for the shot glasses, and then, oh dear, my Lord, look at that. Oh, is that Purple Heart I see? Yeah, this is the show stealer here, folks. This is, I don't even know how wide that is. I've been looking at this board at my supplier for, it used to be 16 feet long. But I've been looking at this for 6 months, and they're doing inventory, and it's not even sanded, it's just sort of planed. And usually I don't agree with the purchase of rainforest woods because they're not sustainable. But sometimes, in this case, that's how wide that board is. I mean, I could make a table out of this, just the way it is, which that may happen. But I am definitely going to make boats for the other game out of that, And then also there's gonna be axe wedges coming out of that too. So, but I'll be real conservative with it. Probably I will eliminate this giant check, even though it could be filled with epoxy. You know, I'll probably come down to there and cut that, and you get my boats and get some wedges out of that for some special axes. Make those on the bandsaw and get my finger out of the way. So yeah, next 2 days are gonna be a hoot. I'm really gonna enjoy it because they've really been pressing. I mean, and I am not one to sit at a desk. I can draw plans, and you have to have plans, but man, I hate sitting at a desk. I just can't stand it. So, yeah, that's kind of the way I feel right now. Yeah. Everybody, hang tough, be safe. Just be outgoing to people, be present with people. I've taken Uncle Buchan's advice, and every day I try to be a little more outgoing and engage with people, and it's really surprising. There are some people that don't get it, but a lot of people are like, wow, hey, that's a real person. He just said something nice. Oh, and then their whole face just relaxes, and then you can sit there and talk to them. So that's kind of the mode that I'm in right now. I mean, it's just, yeah, life is kind of started over for me. It's awesome. I mean, not that it was ever bad, but I mean, I just want to feel like I'm making progress with my life. And I want to reflect that, reflect it so that it makes other people go, wow, I can do that too, not be a role model or anything like that. And I'm not trying to be like I, me, I. I guess what I'm trying to say is I just want, how much more do you have to say than love wins? It does. Kindness wins. It does. It's not rocket science by any stretch. So yeah, it's like every day's a new day, and make it your own, in the sense that look forward to it, embrace it, and just do the best you can. People that don't want to be positive, they're certainly not going to change anything going down the road they're going. You have to want to change, and you have to want to be positive. So anyway, I'm off my soapbox. I'm not trying to soapbox it. And so I'm just excited. I have a little time. Tomorrow we're going to make these games and, kick out some footage. Things are going to get serious on that job. There's a lot of post footers to dig and pour. So that's going to make this old man sore. But keep your saws in the wood, and hopefully it's going to cool down here to where we can get some axe and some chainsaw footage. I said chainsaw, I meant power saw footage. Never say chainsaw. Anyway, I'm just rambling. So take care of yourselves. Over and out. See ya.